Good morning, America. Ramblin' around the deep piney woods of East Texas, supposed to bump the century mark on the thermometer today. Gonna get a little warm. We shall see, said the blind man. Well, I make this video, as you can see from the viewing count, which is quite elusive in that about 60% of the people that I send this to, I send a private link. And so I post this up on YouTube to see when anyone who is listening would happen to join and then tell other people rather than me doing all the work. Unless we have cooperation, once this gets going and people are doing this to tell other people, just like Paul Revere did when he took his famous ride to tell the people of America back in the day that the British were coming. Well, hello, saddle up, because the British are coming. It's the same energy, evil energy that runs through humans, that ran through Bauer's family, Amschel Bauer turning to Rothschild, that we're living out that today. Why? Because we have chosen to allow them to manage our lives because we are afraid to do so. Now, one of the reasons for this video, people, is to let you know that, look right in front of you on this screen. This is living proof that we are, this right here, I don't know what the hell is, it's going to flip me over there to it. The city of Minneapolis, these are Democrats and they're globalists. They are following orders to help dismantle the Constitution that this country stands on and the Bill of Rights to level it. Make no mistake about that. It is not about Trayvon Martin. It is not about George Flores. It is not about the multiple times more white people that were killed without a gun by the police than black people. This narrative has been created to drive a wedge since Lyndon B. Johnson between the whites and the blacks. These people that are globalists have no time limits. They're patient, just like being an addict, cunning, baffling, and powerful. So make no mistake about it, they're in for the long haul. We have to eradicate it. They cannot function if they do not have the means. That means the money or the negotiable instruments to be able to grease the people like this city council of Minneapolis. My God, they're talking about abolishing the police department. Now, you know, I was listening to Pelosi talk today, or one of her recordings, and she said, my God, they had the National Guard in front of the Washington Monument and the reflecting pool and the Lincoln Memorial. Well, if we did not have the National Guard there, for God's sake, the mayor of Washington, D.C. just evicted the National Guard from their damned hotel there in D.C. Now, it doesn't make any difference if you know or understand the structure of Washington, D.C. in relation to the other states in the United States, but the Washington, D.C. district is totally separated for this very reason, so that it can defend itself. It is a standalone entity. And if the mayor of Washington, D.C. was to have her way, by morning, all of the statues would be torn down like the statues over in Iraq that went back into antiquity about their lifestyle and religion back in those days. Just like they tore down the statues in our great South that told of a dark side of our history, but it was there to remind us that we have grown from it, not to be torn down in the name of some flim-flam, blow of the wind, emotional stir-up that happens here in the U.S. It's unfortunate when these things happen, but we have what's called the rule of law. And it should apply to all. Now, if that mayor of Washington, D.C. and the governor of Minnesota, of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and the city of Minneapolis, I'm getting confused. If we were to allow this to happen, they need to be held. If this does happen, or if they even entertain it, we need to tell them now. that they themselves as an individual would be responsible legally for all the devastation that takes place after that order is passed, should it pass. You start applying personal responsibility, and I'm talking about build the yardarm out front, swing it around, and string them up. That's right, string them up. You know, I see Booker wanted to bring back in the lynching deal. Y'all don't understand, because we go past things so quickly and forget about them, that we don't dig deeper. We don't go down the rabbit hole. Well, let me tell you something. Back when Smalley, remember Smalley, that said he was going to be killed and beaten up by those two other black people in the name of, because he was a reporter? Well, this was all in conjunction and coordination to be a part of a visual support by Booker and Kamala Harris. They were trying to pass the no lynching law. Why? Because they can see beyond the headlights out in the dark in the desert at night. They can see because they're building out there beyond the headlights so that we'll drive into it. We're going to use Smalley to help support this no lynching bill, because they see that down the road, which that time is coming at hand, its time is now, that they could literally be strung up for treason. If we live under a rule of law, and we execute those laws as they are written based on the law, there's many that should swing. And it was a terrible time in our nation. It was abomination. It was an abomination. What a more apropos name for that person. Obama nation. It was an abomination to anything known as what this country stands for, and he knows it. Supposedly he went to Harvard Law School. Well, we need to examine their criteria of how they gauge people's retention of the information being taught, or we need to re-examine the information being taught if that person right there does not know that they were in total violation of treasonous acts to this nation. Why? Why are they all attacking Yellowhead Donald J. Trump? It's because it's not about the Democrats or the Republicans, people. It's about controlling the people through their currency. Their currency represents everything that they do and will be in this type of society. It does. So the energy that someone wakes up and has literally the physical energy to move, that's their energy that they want to control. The energy that is required to think and create for their own purposes is what they're after. Every single thought is work. If you're sitting there creating it, if you don't think that's work, it is. So they're trying to capture and control your very thought system, which is work, that they want to harness for their agenda. It has not a damn thing to do with politics. If you think it has something to do with politics here in the U.S., look what's happening under any one of the 184 countries that are held as slaves under the centralized global banking system. They want to have it all. They want to be able to control all of the energy. Remember, energy is everything. Energy is everything that comes and goes, that requires fuel. And fuel is because they are thinking, they're creating, they're building, they're working. It doesn't require a hammer to work. It doesn't require a hammer to take a picture. However, that is working. We have a solution. We have a solution to counter the insurgency that's coming in as the invisible enemy, as Yellowhead calls it. We can beat the invisible enemy if we band together and we have a means by which to circulate inside of ourselves energy. What is energy again? It's everything. It's money. We have built a system to where people can take their worthless paper, fiat money, convert it into our internal currency, and then exchange it back and forth. Johnny says something great. that the people love and can't believe that he said that. It was so prophetic. Johnny's sitting on the riverbank fishing because he's broke. He puts that on our social platform, and 1 million people see that and give Johnny a dime. Johnny's life was just saved, potentially. If not saved, radically changed. He just received $100,000 worth of dimes as gifts, tax-free. If you're interested in hearing more about this, you click down below and you subscribe to this channel. And then you hit the little bell notification of every time I do a video. And when we are ready to launch this platform, you'll be in position to capitalize, and we pay well. We pay well just for you to go out and tell the story like Paul Revere did, and he didn't get a check. He did it from the passion of this great country that he had. You know, but nowadays no one will do a damn thing unless there's something in it for him. So I'm putting sugar on the carrot, paying you to go do something that any patriot should do without compensation. But we'll pay you because we need your mind, and we need you to go out there and find other people, and you can get rich. It would be much better if your heart was in it, but they play these multi-level games out there and nobody wins. This system right here is designed 100% for the people who are putting the work together, and you will get rich, is what you call it. Stack up as much energy. Remember what energy is. It's everything: money, homes, boats, cars, and also to support the people on the front line trying to save our country. Wake up, people. I did this morning. Now accept the fact that we're getting screwed. They're trying to take away the damn police departments. What in the hell is wrong with the... I know what's wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. They're following an agenda. Walking orders. Take down the U.S. no matter what. Can you imagine what would happen to our Washington, D.C. and all of our monuments if they were to get in there and desecrate that? How would you feel tomorrow if we were to be able to get this thing going, and then all of a sudden we've got people in Washington saying, if we only had flyers, if we only had a little advertisement, if we only had water, if we only had this, that, and the other, we could be able to stave off the Washington Monument getting taken over, folks. We could do that. We could have one person there or several people there, because we can exchange energy, money, value between that, all of our members and that person instantly, without a fee. We're here to win. We're the friends of Paul Revere. Join us. We're the army of eyes and ears, and we pay well. God bless you and the horse that you rode in on. Join with us. This is Ramblin' Randy, and I'll say this because now you know. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken or they cease to be honest. What say you? Click the subscription button and tell everybody that you know to get ready to ride, because we're friends of Paul Revere, and the British are here to take us again, and I'll be damned if it happens on our watch. Ramblin' Randy, we down.